Good morning, students. Today class we are going to discussing about the standard deviation and what is a skew and what is a skewness. In last class we are just giving the heading of a standard deviation, but we are not discussing about a standard deviation. But today class we are able to discussing about the standard deviation and what is a skew and what is a skewness or a skewness factor. Here I am writing the standard deviation. Standard deviation. The standard deviation is obtaining from the variance. It's obtaining from variance. How to define the variance? The variance we are defining the second central moment of a random variable. If a random variable is calling variance, we have to give the notation of this one is sigma x square is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole square. X minus x bar whole square. In this one, the square root of variance. The square root of variance we are calling the standard deviation. From this variance value, we are obtaining the standard deviation is sigma x. We are representing the standard deviation with sigma x. We can obtain the sigma x. We can writing the square root of variance. Square root of variance. The square root of variance value is the square root of expectation of x minus x bar whole square. X minus x bar whole square. You can able to applying on a square root of a variance, you can able to finding the standard deviation. This is calling a standard deviation. Now we are going to discussing about skew. Here we are calling the third central moment of a random variable x is calling the skew. The skew is defining third central moment. Third central moment of a random variable x. We are calling the skew. The skew can writing here the mu3. Skew is equal to mu3 is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole cube. X minus x bar whole cube. In case of discrete random variable, we are writing the skew values mu3 is equal to, for here you can take in the summation representation y, it is a discrete random variable, that's why we can writing I is equal to 1 to n. I is equal to 1 to n. Here you can writing x I, we are not representing the I value with expectation. The whole cube into probability of xi. This is the formula for discrete random variable. Suppose you need to consider the continuous. A continuous random variable, the skew value is just you can replacing whatever the summation you have to consider. The mu3 is equal to integral minus infinite to plus infinite, x minus x bar whole cube into the density function is fx of x into dx. Fx of x into dx is the formula for a continuous random variable skew value. Coming to the next one. The next one is a skewness. Skewness or factor of skewness, both are same. Skewness or it's a factor of skew. So factor of skew. Here you can able to defining the skewness or a factor of skewness. It is a ratio. It is a ratio of the third central moment and the cube of standard deviation. The cube of standard deviation. I am repeating once again. The skewness or a factor of a skewness is defined. It is a ratio of the third central moment of a random variable x and the cube of standard deviation. Here I am writing the skewness. Skewness is equal to third central moment divided by the cube of standard deviation. Cube of standard deviation. This one is a basic definition for skewness. So one is a basic definition for skewness. Now I am writing here the notations of these terms. The third central moment we are representing with mu suffix 3. Mu suffix 3 divided by the cube of standard deviation. The value is sigma x whole cube. Sigma x whole cube. These two quantities we can able to representing in terms of expected value. We can writing the third central moment we are writing is the expectation of x minus x bar whole cube. X minus x bar whole cube divided by here the standard deviation. Here the standard deviation you can writing in terms of variance. What is the variance formula? The expectation of x minus x bar whole square. For this quantity you can consider square root. The inner term is representing the variance value. When have to consider square root of this quantity, we can able to obtaining the standard deviation. For this entire quantity, we can using the cube. Is a cube value you can writing here. This can be representing the skewness. The skewness of a random variable x. Here we are just saying that what is the fundamental definition of a standard deviation. The standard deviation we are able to obtaining from variance formula. Just you can take in the square root for this variance value, we can able to finding the standard deviation. The standard deviation is the square root of expectation of x minus x bar whole square. In some problems he is asking, he is given the variance value, he is asking to able to find the standard deviation. You know this relation, you can easy to finding the value of standard deviation. Coming to the next one. The next one is a skew. The skew can be finding, it is the third central moment of a random variable x. The random variable third central moment we are calling the skew. Already we know that the nth moment of a central moment. Already we are writing the formulas is mu n is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole power n. By using the same formula, here you can writing the skew formula is mu 3 is equal to expectation of x minus x bar whole cube. This value you can able to applying the expectation. Here you can expand this one. How to expand this one? Just simple. Thus a minus b whole cube formula you can apply here. That one is a cube minus b cube minus 3 a square b plus 3 a b square. This is the formula for a minus b whole cube. Then you can able to applying the expectation on this formula. You can easy to calculating what are the quantities we are having that. When out to seeing the example problems for this skew, you can easily understanding. Here I am writing the formulas under discrete random variable and continuous random variable. Already you know that when out to coming to discrete random variable, we have to representing the summation value. The summation value, the range is I is equal to 1 to n. And what is the functional here? Consider the x minus x bar whole cube into the corresponding probabilities is a p of xi. Similarly, for a continuous random variable, we can able to writing the formula for skew is integral. The summation is totally replacing with integral minus infinite to plus infinite. The x minus x bar whole cube into fx of x into dx. These formulas belongs to completely skew. You can simply remember skew means the third central moment of a random variable x. Now coming to the third one is a skewness. Skewness or a factor of a skewness we can easily obtaining by taking the ratio of the third central moment of a random variable x and the cube of standard deviation. We can easily to finding that. Here I am representing the third central moment notation. In bottom I am writing the standard deviation formula is a sigma x cube. Then I have to representing what are the equivalent values in their expectations. I am writing here. Those are the expectation of x minus x bar whole cube. This can be representing the third central moment of a random variable x divided by the standard deviation. How to obtain the standard deviation? The standard deviation we are able to finding from variance. What is the quantity we are having on the standard deviation? That quantity we are representing in denominator. Then we can mentioning the power of standard deviation is 3. That's why I have to representing the cube here. This entire formula can be representing the skewness or a skew factor. Skewness or the factor of a skewness we can represent in terms of expectation is like this. When how to simplifying the problems, we must using these formulas. Just you can substitute in these formulas and you can finding the what is a skew and what is a skewness. Now we are discussing about the functions of moments. Here we are discussing functions for moments. Up to now we are seeing that the moments of a random variable, one is relating to origin and the second one is relating to mean value. Now we are discussing about the functions of or a functions for moments. Here why you can able to consider functions, why not consider a variable? The variable is only the one element, but a function is a collection of variables. Collection of variables. That's why you can go for the functions for moments. In this random variable concept, we are having the mainly two types of functions. Those are, we are having the mainly two types of functions. The first one is characteristic function. First one is characteristic function, and the second one is moment generating function. The functions of moments or a functions for a moments, we are mainly having two types. One is a characteristic function and second one is a moment generating function. Now we are discussing the characteristic function of a random variable. The characteristic function. The characteristic function for moments of a random variable. Here the characteristic function we are representing with is a pi of x of omega. Pi of x of omega. Here x is representing random variable and omega is representing the characteristic function variable. This one is we are writing the expectation value of e power j omega x, e power j omega x. This is the definition for characteristic function. Why are using these functions? We can able to describing the moments of a random variable. We have to use in the functions. In that functions, the generally using functions are two types. Those are characteristic function and moment generating function. The characteristic function we are defining. It is a expected value of e power j omega x. It is a expected value of e power j omega x. We are calling the characteristic function. Characteristic function. Here, how to finding the moments of this characteristic function. I'm repeating once again. The definition of characteristic function is the expected value of a e power j omega x. E power j omega x is called characteristic function. It is denoting with pi of x of omega. Here I am writing the formula for nth moment. The nth moment mn is equal to the nth moment mn is equal to minus j whole power n is a d power n and d omega power n pi x of omega at omega is equal to 0. The moments of a random variable we can able to finding by using this formula. In this formula, what we can write in here, already we know that the representation of moments we are using m. Here I am asking the nth moment, that's why I am using the small n, the suffix of small m is equal to, it is having the imaginary value, it is a j. J is representing imaginary quantity. That's why I am writing here the minus j whole power n, and the differentiation is having the power of n. Here n is representing the number of differentiations on characteristic function. When out to applying this differentiation on this characteristic function, we must replacing the omega quantity is 0. Suppose you need to find the first moment of this characteristic function, just you can keep the values n is equal to 1. N is equal to 1. We can writing m suffix 1 is equal to minus j whole power 1 is a d by d omega is a pi x of omega at omega is equal to 0. Omega is equal to 0. Just you can keep the value of n's. You can able to finding the number of moments. What is the moment of second? What is the moment of third? You can able to finding those values by keeping the, otherwise you can substituting the n value. Here you can take that the pi x of omega value is a omega square. Then you can apply the differentiation on this quantity. The value goes to 2 omega. Then you can substitute in 0, the entire quantity becomes 0. Suppose you need to take the some functionality is relating to characteristic function. That means is a 1 plus omega. 1 plus omega. Here I am taking that for first moment I am writing the equation like this. For second moment, n is equal to 2 is equal to minus j power 2. This can representing m2 is a d square divided by d omega square of pi x of omega at omega is equal to 0. Omega is equal to 0. You can able to finding the nth moment of a characteristic function. Can just keep the n value here. Here I am taking that the characteristic function is a pi x of omega is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus omega. 1 plus omega. I am taking this quantity. For this quantity, what is the first moment? The first moment equation already we are writing here. The equation is minus j is d by d omega, d by d omega, say pi x of omega, pi x of omega at omega is equal to 0. In this one, just I am replacing the pi x of omega quantity in this one, that is minus j, so d by d omega, d by d omega, here 1 divided by 1 plus omega at omega is equal to 0. Now you can apply the differentiation on this quantity. Here what is the quantity it is having? The 1 plus omega whole power 1. Here the equation I am writing is a minus j, so d by d omega, d by d omega. This quantity I am writing is 1 plus omega whole power minus 1. Whole power minus 1 at omega is equal to 0. Can able to writing here? We can writing like this. Okay, now I am applying the differentiation on this one. I am not applying the differentiation on x power n. X power n you can writing. That means can able to applying the d by dx on x power n is equal to n into x power n minus 1. N into x power n minus 1. Based on this property, here I am able to applying the differentiation on this quantity. Then I can writing this equation is 1 plus omega whole power. Here you can take in that is a minus 1. Why? The power is minus 1 quantity. That's why you can writing here the minus 1. Here I am writing is a minus j is multiplying with minus 1 into 1 plus omega whole power minus 1 and minus 1. 8 omega is equal to 0. Now you can writing the value is minus into minus is a plus j. The quantity is 1 plus omega whole power minus 2 at omega is equal to 0. Now you can substituting the omega quantity in this one. The equation can be changing j 1 plus 0 whole power minus 2. Whole power minus 2. We can applying the square term to 1. The quantity will be same. That's why I can writing j. The first moment value of this function is j. Suppose we can take that the function is 2 omega. What are the function you can consider, the value you can obtain by applying differentiation on that particular function. Suppose you need to find the second moment. The second moment m2 is equal to the minus j whole power 2. Minus j whole power 2. The d square by d omega square. Here I am taking that, so 1 plus omega whole power minus 1 at omega is equal to 0. In this, the minus square means the plus sign, and then j square quantity, it can be replacing with minus 1. Minus 1. Now I am applying one differentiation on this function, then it can be changing. And the remaining differentiation I am writing here, the d by d omega minus 1. So 1 plus omega whole power minus 2 at omega is equal to 0. Omega is equal to 0. Now I am applying the differentiation on this quantity. Then you can writing minus 1. Already the minus 1 is a constant. That's why I can separating this, again moving this quantity before the differentiation. That's why I can multiplying minus 1 with minus 1. Here you can able to apply the differentiation on this function. Can writing the minus 2 is multiplying with 1 plus omega whole power minus 3 at omega is equal to 0. Now you can substituting this quantity is omega is equal to 0, in this one the entire value of omega is 0. What the value will be? Only it is containing 1. Now I am writing here minus 1 into minus 1 is a plus 1. Here plus 1 into minus 2 is a minus 2. Minus 2. Here you can replace the omega value with 0, and 1 plus 0, the quantity is 1. The final value is minus 2. Minus 2. This can be representing the second moment. The second moment of characteristic function. In this way, you can able to finding the moments of characteristic function. Up to now, this one is represented in the first moment. This one can be represented in the second moment. Coming to the properties of characteristic function. Coming to the next one is the properties of characteristic function. The properties of characteristic function. What are the properties we are having for this characteristic function? Before going to that, we can representing the characteristic function for a discrete random variable and continuous random variable. Here I am representing for a discrete random variable characteristic function. Discrete random variable characteristic function is, what is the notation you are using here? Is a pi x of omega. The notation is not changing here. Pi x of omega is equal to, for discrete random variable we can use in the summation I is equal to 1 to n. I is equal to 1 to n. The function is writing e power j omega x I into probability of xi. To probability of xi. In case of continuous random variable characteristic function is pi x of omega. We can also writing the expectation of e power j omega x. Here you can identify what is the difference between the normal value and a characteristic function. Here only you are replacing the x value with exponential term. The remaining function is as it is. What are the formulas we are having relating to random variables? The same formulas we are writing here, but the difference is the x can be replacing with e power j omega x. E power j omega x. Here I am writing for continuous random variable. I need to replacing this summation with integration. The limits are minus infinite to plus infinite. The x term is replacing with exponential e power j omega x into the density function of x into dx. Here also the difference of normal variable and a characteristic function is the x place can be replacing with exponential term. This is only the difference between the characteristic function and a normal random variable functions. Or a normal random variable formulas, we are having the main difference is the x quantity is replacing this term. Can easy to remember, we can understand what is the logic we can representing the characteristic function. Now you can see that the properties. The first property of a characteristic function is the characteristic function pi x of omega is having unity value. At omega is equal to 0. The first property is the characteristic function pi x of omega is having unity value at omega is equal to 0. We can prove this property. You can consider the basic definition of characteristic function. That's why here I'm consider the pi x of omega is equal to expectation of e power j omega x. E power j omega x. In this definition, you can replacing the omega quantity with 0. Just you can keep the omega values 0 in above equation. Let omega is equal to 0. Then the characteristic function you can writing is a pi of 0. So pi x of 0 is equal to expectation of e power j to 0 into x. 0 into x. That quantity can be representing expectation of e power 0. E power 0. E power 0 quantity is 1. E power 0 quantity is 1. Why not applying the expectation on a constant? The value will be constant. That's why you can writing the quantity is 1. From this you can writing the pi x of 0 is equal to 1 when at omega is equal to 0 is the first property under characteristic function. Just it is having the unity value at omega is equal to 0. You can proving this property, you can just take in that the fundamental equation of characteristic function. Then you can substituting the omega value 0 in this relation, we can able to obtain the value is 1. This is the first property. Coming to the second one. The second property is the characteristic function is having the maximum value, at omega is equal to 0. The characteristic function is having the maximum value at omega is equal to 0. Here I am writing the property is what I am saying here. The maximum value of characteristic function is 1. Here the first property is also be having some similarities between these two. What is that? The first property is it is having the unity value at omega is equal to 0. In this second property, we can able to saying it is having the maximum value. It is having the maximum value at omega is equal to 0. That one here I am writing in terms of equation. That is here I am writing pi x of omega is less than or equal to pi x of 0. Pi x of 0 is equal to 1. These two quantities are equal. I am repeating once again the second property. The second property is saying the characteristic function is having maximum value. At omega is equal to 0. But proving this property and how to get in the maximum value of a characteristic function, can able to prove this property, we need to consider the basic formula of characteristic function. That one is pi x of omega. Is equal to, we can writing the expectation of e power j omega x. Here why you don't substitute the x value, say the omega value is 0, but he is not asking the quantity is unity, but he is asking that it is having the maximum value. That's why here I am now consider the modulus on both sides. When you consider the modulation, here I am writing the equation of characteristic function for a continuous random variable. That is a minus infinite to plus infinite. What is the function here? E power j omega x into small fx of x into dx. Here I am taking the both side modulation. Why? I need to take the magnitude of this equation. I can apply the modulus of characteristic function and the modulus of what the function we are having under continuous random variable. That's why I am representing the modulation quantities here. From these quantities, when out to representing this modulation on both sides, you can changing the signs. Here I am writing the pi x of omega is less than or equal to. I am moving this modulus on these elements. That's why I am writing integral minus infinite to plus infinite. The modulus of e power j omega x into fx of x into, up to now we are closing the modulus into dx to dx. Now I am splitting this modulation is the less than or equal to integral minus infinite to plus infinite. I am writing this modulus individually. E power j omega x in the modulus, and the density function is also in the modulus. One have to consider this modulus, it is representing the magnitude of a term. Here this term is e power j omega x, How to writing and how to find the magnitude of this term? Already you know that e power j theta, we are writing cos theta plus j sin theta, When out to finding the magnitude of e power j theta is equal to square root of the real term square, means the cos square theta, plus the imaginary term coefficient square. Here imaginary term coefficient is sine square, theta. According to trigonometry, the first axiom in that is the sine square theta plus cos square theta, the quantity is a 1, the square root of 1, the value is 1. According to this property, we can writing e power j omega x. Is e power j omega x magnitude is square root of, here the variable is omega x. Here theta can be equal to omega x, but what are the quantities you have to consider in this one? The same quantities here you can repeating. The cos square omega x plus sine square omega x. Both are obeying the formula of trigonometry first axiom. According to that, you can writing the quantity is 1, the value is a 1. We can substituting this quantity in this one. Then you can writing the equation is less than or equal to integral minus infinite to plus infinite, What is the quantity we are having here? 1 into the density function. You can write what is the quantity we are having, the same quantity we are appearing here, the fx of x into dx. We can multiply this density function with 1. We are also getting the same function is fx of x into dx. This one is the property of the essential density function. According to that, the quantity is 1. That's we can writing pi x of omega is less than or equal to, the entire term is replacing with 1. This one will be appear when omega is equal to 0 in characteristic function. That's why this quantity is equal to pi x of 0 is the property of a characteristic function. What we can do here, the property is saying that the characteristic function is having the maximum value at omega is equal to 0. The first property is having the unity value at omega is equal to 0, but the second property is having the maximum value at omega is equal to 0. According to this condition, we can able to prove this property is just you can take in the basic definition of characteristic function. Then we can write in the characteristic function for a continuous random variable. After that, we can take in the modulus on both sides. When we are taking the modulus, we can writing the equal symbol to say less than or equal. Less than or equal. Then you can apply the modulus condition on each and every term. Here we can applying on this complex number. Its magnitude is the square root of real term square plus the coefficient of imaginary term square. We can using that property can able to find the magnitude of this complex number. Then you can substituting this quantity in this relation and you can multiplying with the density function. This entire term is belongs to the essential property of probability density function. Then you can writing this entire quantity is 1. This quantity is equal to the pi x of 0. This can prove this the second property of characteristic function. Coming to the next property. The next one is the characteristic function is a pi x of omega is a continuous. The values of omega is varying from minus infinite to plus infinite. Here in this property is saying that the characteristic function is a continuous for a continuous values of omega. The omega is varying from minus infinite to plus infinite. We can proving this property just you can take in that the continuous random variable characteristic function formula. Here I am writing the formula is pi x of omega is equal to integral minus infinite to plus infinite e power j omega x into fx of x into dx. Fx of x into dx. Just you can consider the omega is continuous. Omega is continuous. Can I simply say that the characteristic function is also be continuous? Why you can able to decide this? Here the variable parameters of omega and the random variable is x. Already we know the random variable nature. If the omega is continuous, then the characteristic function is also be continuous. Just it is a statement. We can satisfy this statement. Just you can take in the continuous random variable the characteristic function. Then you can set that the omega is a continuous in the range of minus infinite to plus infinite. The characteristic function is also be continuous. Coming to the next one, the next property of a characteristic function is the pi x of omega and pi x of minus omega both are conjugatives. Both are conjugatives. How to saying these two are a conjugatives? First of all, you can writing that what is the formula of a pi x of omega and what is the formula of a pi x of minus omega. We can prove this property. You can take in the fundamental definition of pi x of omega. The pi x of omega we are writing in terms of expectation is the expectation of e power j omega x. E power j omega x. For minus quantity we can writing it's a pi x of minus omega. Just I am replacing with minus omega with omega. Just I am replacing the omega quantity with minus omega. That's why I am writing here pi x of minus omega. Just you can substituting in this equation, it will be changing expectation of e power minus j omega x. You can observe these two relations. What is the main difference here? Here you can take in the negative sign. The negative sign is reflecting on the power of exponential. But how to writing the pi x of minus omega? We can representing this quantity in terms of pi x conjugate, pi x conjugate of omega. The conjugate is representing the negative quantity that is equal to expectation of e power minus j omega x or minus j omega x. Suppose you need to take the minus omega in the conjugate value, you can replace in this quantity the pi x of conjugate minus omega minus omega is equal to expectation of, here just you can replace in the quantity, then you can writing e power j omega x. Now you can observe these equations, we can simply write this quantities belongs to starting one. That's why here I'm writing the pi x conjugate of minus omega is equal to pi x of omega. Pi x of omega. Similarly, you can able to writing the remaining equations. The remaining equations means how to writing that the pi x of conjugate omega in terms of pi x of omega. Here this quantity is, here I am writing the pi x of omega is a the negative quantity. This negative quantity we are replacing with this quantity. But here you can able to writing is a pi x of minus omega. Pi x of minus omega. Already we are having this equation, but once again I am writing here the pi x of minus omega is equal to expectation of e power minus j omega x. For this quantity you can representing in terms of conjugate values. In terms of conjugate values, already we are representing the conjugate value. The pi x of omega is equal to e power minus j omega x. But here what I am consider, just I am consider this negative quantity. In this one, this negative quantity and this conjugative value, both are equal. Here I am taking these two relations. This one and this one. From these two equations we can able to writing the pi x of minus omega is equal to the conjugate. Why I am writing here? Both are having the similar quantities. That's why I am writing here the pi x conjugate of omega. That's why we are calling pi x of omega and pi x of minus omega are a conjugative values. Conjugative means you can take in the negative values, it can able to equal to the opposite values. Based on that one you can obtain this property. Coming to the next property, the next one is you can able to apply the characteristic function on a linear equation. That one is pi x, here in terms of x position you can replace with ax plus b of omega. Here I am applying the characteristic function on a linear equation. For that I am writing the pi of ax plus b of omega is equal to expectation of where x is there, you can keep this value is ax plus b. Here e power j w x value is ax plus b. Here you can split this power value, the powers of exponential. That one is expectation of e power j omega ax plus j omega b. The power is having the summation terms, that's why you can writing the individual products. When our two bases are equal, we can adding the powers of bases. Based on that one, you can writing the above equation is e power j omega ax into e power j omega b. Here you can able to apply the expectation on this term. What will be there? Here the x is a random variable. According to that, this quantity is a big quantity and omega both are a constant. That's why you can writing this constant term the outside of expectation. That's why I'm moving this term to outside of expectation is e power j omega b into expectation of e power j omega ax. Here x position is high in the x. behind the ax. That's why we can writing e power j omega b into pi of the total term we are writing here ax of omega. X of omega. This is another property in characteristic function. Coming to the next one. The next property is pi x of c omega. Pi x of c omega. For this one, we can substitute in the quantity of c omega in exponential power. The expectation of e power j. Here omega place can be replaced with c omega and x is the quantity here. This quantity you can write here expectation of, here I am writing the order, the j omega cx. That's you can writing the expectation of. Next you can not repeating this expectation, just you can representing with characteristic function is pi cx of omega. This is another property. And the last property of a characteristic function is independent random variables. You can consider two independent random variables. What is the relation we are having in a characteristic function? Here I am writing the properties pi x1 plus x2. x1 plus x2. These two are the independent random variables. For these values, we are writing expectation of e power j omega. The x position can be replaced with x1 plus x2. Here the power is high in the summation, that's why I can split into the product terms of exponential, that is expectation of e power j omega x1 into e power j omega x2. Now we can apply the expectation to these individual terms. We can writing the expectation of e power j omega x1 into the expectation of e power j omega x2. Now you can replace its equivalent quantities. Those are the pi x of pi x1 of omega into pi x2 of omega. Pi x2 of omega. These are the properties we are having under characteristic function. The remaining thing we are discussing in next class. Thank you to all.